Dolphin Day, written by Suzanne Kamada, illustrated by Stacy Dressen McQueen. Maria peered out the car window, eager for a glimpse of the sea. She had a tingly feeling from head to toe, the same feeling she got on birthday mornings or the night before Christmas. Today was a special day, too. Today, Maria had decided, was Dolphin Day. Although she had seen dolphins many times on TV and in books, she had never met one face to face. Today, she would have the chance. Maria loved dolphins and knew about many different kinds. She had read that dolphins could communicate using clicking noises and high pitched squeals. Sounds Maria wouldn't be able to hear. Even with her hearing aid, she could make out only loud, deep noises like thunder or the engine of a jet plane. She wondered how she would be able to talk to the dolphins. Maria forgot her worries when suddenly she smelled the sea. Her father drove around a corner, and there, sparkling through the pine trees, was the water. It won't be long now. The Dolphin Research Center is just up the road, Maria's mother signed to her from the front seat. Finally, they arrived at the center. This was where marine biologists studied dolphins and learned to communicate with them. Only a few visitors were allowed to touch and feed the dolphins each day. Maria, her brother Jack, and their mother and father bought tickets and then headed toward the dock. A woman in rubber boots took their tickets. Her name tag said Janet, and she spoke for a bit to the visitors. She said, "We're just in time to feed the dolphins," Jack signed to Maria. Janet picked up a pail and led them down the dock onto a pontoon boat that rocked with the waves. There were the dolphins, two of them. Maria saw their fins slicing the water as they swam. As she leaned closer, she could see the blowholes on top of their heads and their friendly black eyes. "What are their names?" Maria asked in sign language. Janet shrugged, smiling. She didn't understand. Maria started to write the words in the air with her finger, but Janet called her mother over before she finished. Maria sighed. She wanted to be the one to ask. Instead, her mother translated her question. "This is Sparky, and that's Sally," Janet said, introducing her dolphins. Just then, Janet put a whistle between her lips and blew. Maria couldn't hear the sound, but the dolphins responded immediately. They circled in front of the pontoon a few times, then jumped into the air and did flips. "Wow!" Maria clapped. Janet brought a bucket of fish to the edge of the pontoon and sprayed everyone's hands with disinfectant. Then she showed them how they would feed the dolphins, with one hand flat over the water to invite the dolphins closer. It was Jack's turn first. Maria watched carefully as her brother held his hand flat over the water. Sally rose out of the sea to nudge his palm. With a big grin, Jack tossed her a fish, and she swam away. Maria's turn was next. She waited till Janet nodded. Then she held her own hand level and steady. Sparky burst out of the water, splashing Maria's sneakers, and touched his cool, rubbery nose to her fingers. Maria picked out a fish from the bucket. Sparky opened his mouth. So many sharp little teeth, Maria thought. But she wasn't scared. She was sure that Sparky was smiling. She dropped the fish into his mouth. Then she lifted her hand and waved goodbye. Sparky's black eyes seemed to twinkle even more. He rolled onto his side and he waved his flipper back at Maria. Goodbye. Maria and Sparky understood each other just fine. Okay, that's the end of this week's realistic fiction story. It's fiction because it is a made-up story, but it's realistic fiction because all of these things could actually happen. So let's review this week's vocabulary words. Repeat after me. Communicate. When you communicate with someone, you tell them something. Communicate. Eager. If someone is eager for something to happen, they can hardly wait for it. Eager. Fascinated. When you are fascinated by something, you like it and can't stop thinking about it. Fascinated. Immediately. If you do something immediately, you do it right away. Immediately. React. If you react to something, you show how it makes you feel. Okay, so let's review the words one more time with a shortened way to remember it, okay? Here we go. Communicate. Tell someone something. Eager. You can hardly wait. Fascinated. Like it and can't stop thinking about it. Immediately. Right away. React. Show how it makes you feel. Okay, those are the vocabulary words for this week. I have a feeling you already might know some of them, like immediately, for example, or even communicate. But now that we know all 5 words, you can re-listen to the story if you'd like, and it will help with the comprehension a little bit more. Thanks, boys and girls. See you next time. Bye.